But
Like, yes,
Oh man.
like either they hate
But
their
Oh,
mothers and they hate
damn
you.
it.
listen,
Yes, they hate
vaginas,
their mother. They hate
vaginas.
you because you're a woman, or they want you to be their mother
Woo,
because they just never gave them that love, and you can't
that's
be their
yes,
lover because you have to be their mother, and it's not
baby. Speaking,
so
thank
chocolate
you,
earth,
speaking.
chocolate earth.
we're
Listen,
tired of that.
Yes,
listen,
So when you hear
I'm
a
trying.
woman say,
Alright.
"I don't need a
I
man,"
wasn't a mama
it's
boy,
because she
but
ain't
I
birthed
hate
you,
to be
son.
called a mama
You get
boy
what I'm
because I
saying?
fight against that. I was that one
but hold
kid
on.
who hate
I
being
guess
a
I'll
mama
say
boy,
I'll add
and they
this.
think I was
I'll
weird.
add this in for you, bro. Yes, there are men just like there are women out here with daddy issues. There are a lot of men
Yeah.
out here with mommy issues, or they weren't
Like,
taught how to deal with women. And these are men coming from the age group of
Crack
35 to
ever,
probably about
crack ever,
55 years
crack
old.
ever,
Yes.
crack
Yes.
ever,
Okay,
crack ever.
Trey, I got you, but you
Hey,
talking about
Trey,
Hey,
the
don't start
era.
right
I
now.
got you,
Trey, do
but let
not
me
start
say
that right
this:
now. 'Cause when you get a
you
that's
BME,
cannot.
we have to fight
Hold
again.
on, real quick.
no,
No, no, no,
that's
no.
true though.
We. I agree with him. We are the. I want to say. I'll just use Generation X from the ages of 55 to about what would that be right now? Like 30? No, not
30,
even 39. I think 40.
say
In all
35.
honesty, so 55 to 40 now they would be within that age group. Let's just say 40, 50s.
It's
Hmm.
40 and
I
under.
have.
It's
Okay,
40 and
sir.
it's 40 and under.
Okay. Anyway, I've dated all age groups. Okay. They were all black men, whether
Yeah.
they were professionals or not. I don't I don't care about any of that kind of stuff because I was raised that way. One and
All
two,
age group.
I don't see men the way that they see themselves. You are a human being with frailties and you are a human being with issues. You are a human being that do good at one thing and may be shitty at another. That is what we are. However, within our culture, I believe that what's a disservice to the men of the culture is that y'all don't even give yourselves room to find out what is going on and why do you keep hooking up with these same type of bras? Because just like you said, Trey, man, woman will go date a man. It don't be good. Men ain't shit. These men, and I'm gonna use the topic and the grouping we're in. This is what we hear every day. They ain't talking about each other. They're talking about us as women.
Okay, let
Are
me
we
find out you dated
hoes?
the Jackrabbit
Yes,
tribe.
we do. Every day.
Are we every day I gotta see because I
We're not
follow
good
as
enough.
many.
We're least desired.
Right.
All this
Yes.
nonsense.
You too fat. We tired of your weave. Stop
Yes.
doing your nails.
Chocolate
You
Earth.
ain't did
Hold on,
this.
Chocolate Earth.
I
Yes.
You
did.
say Chocolate Earth.
Yeah.
You
What?
say you dated
But
men of
but
all
big
ages,
fat
right?
Becky
So
come.
you
You
telling
know what
me
I'm
you
saying?
dated men from the
And y'all
Jackrabbit
love
tribe?
her, though, right? I'm just saying.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. What'd you say?
You say you dated
One
men of
mic,
all
one mic,
Again.
one
ages.
mic.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm so
trying to
sorry.
find
So
out. You dated a man
yes,
from the
sir.
Jackrabbit tribe?
Huh?
You,
I
you,
don't
you
know
didn't
if
get
it
the
was the
joke.
Jack.
She said
Yes,
she
I
dated men
got
of
the
all
joke.
ages. I'm thinking she dated the man from the Jackrabbit tribe. You know what I'm talking
No,
about?
no, no, no,
No.
no.
A lot of
But
them
The
don't
one
even
that,
get that far.
the one that
Oh
you had to,
shit.
yeah.
the one
That's
that
But
you
that
I'm
put on
saying
the ice.
mandingo
that.
humor. That's that mandingo
That's my
humor.
point.
That's
Thank
what
you.
the fuck that is.
Hold on
Listen,
to it.
that's what I'm
Hold on to it.
saying. Look, I'll tell you this. When I did date this African man. He was really, really sweet to me. We dated for a little bit, but what he wanted to do, I didn't want to do, and I was very
You ran.
honest. And
You ran.
no, I didn't run. No, I didn't run.
It's almost like going back
At
into
that,
slavery.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I know how to amicably walk away.
I'm
It's
curious.
usually
What was
the
this thing? What was this thing, Chocolate? You tell.
what?
Mm-hmm.
What you talking about?
What was
What
this thing?
thing?
What was
Yeah,
this thing,
what
Chocolate?
you
He
say?
wanted. What did he want?
Yeah, what did he
I'm
want?
just curious.
Oh,
Just a question. Just a question.
Break
He
that
was
down,
ready to get
chocolate.
married. He
Break
was
that
ready to
down.
get married and have kids.
And you didn't
I
want to?
didn't want that though. No, I
Oh,
didn't.
Mhm.
But I was honest
Okay.
about it.
Hey, she
So
told us she was
hold
honest.
on,
then she saw the hunger
really
in his
quickly.
eye.
So
And she saw the hunger in
let
his
me
eye.
ask you
He like,
this.
oh hell no.
I'll give you listen. I
She was
got
like, this
references.
man gonna
Anybody want to
kill me.
know how chocolate
I'm
is in
not
a
ready
relationship?
to.
I got references. All I'm saying is
Right?
this:
What she was
I
saying
don't
is,
have
he met
a
the African
problem
brother. She saw
find
the
the
hunger
type
in
of
his eyes.
woman No. I believe in this. I'm not gonna hold you up. If you and I are on a different plan, and you and I sit down and talk, and you want something that I don't want, I'm not gonna stay with you. That's unfair to both parties.
I respect that.
But y'all don't like that though. Men don't like that because every time. No, because you don't. So every time. No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying from my perspective. No, y'all don't do that. Stop it.
Chocolate, I understand, but what I
Don't say
his joke is different from my joke. My joke was that
Exactly.
the African man you were
Oh
talking
no,
to,
your
you
joke
saw
is
the
fine.
hunger.
I got your joke. Yeah, I got your joke. No
You
doubt.
got that
'Cause
hunger. You knew better not to go down that line.
You can't break up with men no more because you may end up,
No.
like
No, this
That's
is
a
how
whole
African
nother
men.
show.
This is how
Listen, bro,
African men.
you
If
gonna
they
have
want
to.
you, they gonna take you. They don't
Yes,
take no
he
for
was.
an
He
answer.
truly was. And then I met an African doctor
See?
here in
You love them
Arizona.
Africans, don't you?
Huh?
You love them Africans, don't you?
Why do I have to? Okay, hold on real quick, because I don't care. I have no secrets. I don't give it to shit. My thing is this. It is a joke. I'm laughing. Y'all can't see my face. I'm not getting on camera because I'm doing too much right now. But
I could
I'm
tell.
just saying to y'all, look, I'm a person that I don't want that feeling of he has an expectation for me that I'm not gonna meet, and I'm gonna pretend like I can meet it. That happens a lot. And so for me, I believe in just being honest with the dude and go, look, I'm not that girl. I don't have a problem with saying it. Last
You're right. No,
example.
you're right.
To your no, for real.
And men hear what they want to hear. Because I told every dude that I didn't want to get married, and I got 2 rings.
Right. Help me.
Give them that.
Where was you living? Where you at? Who your parents? Because I'm gonna tell you something. I got engaged twice. I did give the ring back. I don't want nothing from you. Come get your shit out my house. Take this ring, please. Like I'm not. I guess
Hold
my
on.
thing is.
Hold on. Don't do engagement.
Give them back.
Hold on.
I gave them back.
African?
Yes. No, it wasn't from the African. No, it wasn't from the African man because I ended up leaving the state. So we were in 2 different
I was
states.
wondering why all these crazy heartbroken on these African men be singing. I hope you're not one of the reasons.
I don't know if I'm one of the reasons. If you heart,
All I know is that if that nigga can make it from Africa over here, he can find you a couple states over. I don't think that's a problem. Just saying. Just saying.
Well, I do want to ask you a question. Why is it that because I said no, should I marry the first man who want to have a family with me? Like, there's more to you than that, right?
I know. Trust me, I know. I'm just saying, African men who are determined to have a family, they are diehard loyal.
Believe me, I have experienced that because especially in Ohio, there was a big influx, and I'm telling you, we would go out, child. I wouldn't have to buy nothing.
Now I'll tell you this though,
sir,
if you met one of these African men and he becomes successful with you, this is the scenario. Whenever an African man come to the country, marry any woman from here, and she build with him and they come highly successful, he take him back to the country to build a mansion. Like they're gonna be your house when we're done the X, Y,
well,
Z.
yeah,
I was
they
don't play around. They do not play around.
He had land in Haiti, and we talked about going to Haiti. You know, it was a lot. Like I said, we was cool.
We business-minded people.
It was
we were
cool.
hungry.
Right, and that's what I like. Yes.
I don't believe in mixing the cultures like that. I feel like you know,
that's a good one, bro. Go ahead, Trey. Go ahead.
No. The question to you is, how long did you date these men before you realized you did not want to be a part of their plan? Like, was it months in, like a few weeks, or the first couple of dates?
I want to tell you that it's been all those situations. It's been a few months. It's been a couple dates. I was in a relationship. We were together for like close to 4 years, and I believe in monogamy. So, but that wasn't. We wasn't meshing. Our plans were different.
Okay. So in the 4-year relationship, did this guy propose to you and want to marry you?
Yes, he did.
How far into the relationship did he propose?
Good question. Good question.
2 months. We were dating for 2
2
months.
months.
See?
2 months.
See?
So you knew.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, explain.
No. I there's nothing to explain other than and that's why I said after that relationship, there were things him and I were doing that just we weren't connecting anymore.
Okay, wait a minute.
We had planned it out. I thought I wanted to have his children. Like we really were. I was deep in it. I was ready to be Black Susie Homemaker for him.
Hold on.
However,
I think it's
that
not
didn't happen.
good question.
Come on, let me come out. Come on.
Can a masculine woman be Black Susie Homemaker? Can masculine women do that?
Come on, I need you to answer this because this is where we are. This is where we are in the streets.
Good question, Dre.
What?
Wait, I didn't hear your question.
No.
Thank you, Great Bill.
Finish what you were saying because questions, the answers
here's what
that you and Brooke are not adding up. I'm letting y'all know that now. But keep on with those questions.
No, come on.
Wait.
The question I asked you,
Vaughn.
Huh?
I didn't.
You didn't finish answering the question that I asked.
Finish.
I apologize. Go ahead, Trey. What was the last part of the question? How soon did I know? How long did it take for me?
How long into those relationships did you realize that it wasn't going to work out?
But I did answer it for you. Some of the relationships I was in, I knew after.
So in the last with the 4-year relationship,
that wasn't my last relationship. So, my last relationship, I'll answer that. I can answer that. And yes, we fucked around with each other for 4 years. I was much younger. That's what you do. Anyway, the last relationship I was in, I was ready to get married, right? I was ready to kind of move into that groove. Okay. And I met this man who said he was on the same. I mean, I told him exactly what I was looking for. He said, yes, that's what he was looking for. And, we got to know each other, the whole thing. I didn't know that it was time for me to go until after we moved in with each other. That was the mistake I made with him.
Yeah, when you move in and change things, it sure do.
Okay.
It sure do.
And so once I knew, I'm gonna tell you, it was the 4th of July. I packed up my shit, took it to the storage unit, and I left.
So Chocolate Earth. Okay. Yeah. Now this is those dilemmas and dynamics that men speaking about in these spaces that are looking for women who are looking for women to be wives, right? And I say this all the time. In your lifetime, you're only going to meet about 3 people that you can marry. The first 2.
That's not true.
Listen. Okay, so I'm speaking from a man point of view. I ain't gonna speak because y'all can believe y'all can get married while y'all sitting there with an IV talking about these are the last 48 hours.
Yes, it happens.
So in a logical world, for a man, we gonna meet 3 of y'all. The first 2 we might not even be ready for. We young. Remember, you met a guy who, when you were younger, and you spent all of this time with, and you developed a whole lot of things that you hadn't reached in life before. Your emotions starting to grow. So you start to understand what love is, what toxic love is, what narcissism is. You learn all of that in relationships. Because when you start hanging around somebody, you realize, oh, this person ain't shit. This person is mean, ugly, nasty. This person breath stink. You realize all that. So as you learn that in your younger years, now again, on the world outside of women, even men, our most valuable years are as we get older. Well, like when men come into their full grown man strength, that's when our value starts kicking in. Women, their value is all before the age of 29 when it comes to a man saying, I know that's what I want. I'm going to give her a ring 6 months in, 3 months in, 4 months in. This is the wife because they understand that going in. He can build everything that he's thought of and everything that you thought of. Now, this is a sort of a conundrum that women in because in the 25 years ago, that's the way the process was groomed. And you see these people who have been together 25, 30 years, they're now in a position that the family is thriving. Today, people who spent their best years not committed to a marriage, but just in a relationship. You know, guys are stuck in the relationship that broke their heart. When y'all break a dude's heart, he'll talk about that shit for the rest of his life. Just like when women get their heart broke, men ain't shit based off these relationships. And the worst thing, I'll say this again, the worst thing a woman can do is move in with a man or a man move in with a woman. Keep your own shit till you get married. If you don't get married, you ain't got nothing to lose. Ain't nobody losing nothing. But the problem is, you got to sort of.
Is that a little unrealistic though, Trey? People move in with each other all the time.
And most of them don't work. And most of them don't work. Because you're not building. Listen. You can build. You can move in. On that. You're not building. What are you building when you move in with somebody? What are you're not building up.
It depends. It depends on the plan that you and that person have. You are again doing that same thing. You are putting people in a box like they don't have a brain, or there might
some things are just chocolate.
That usually leads up to shacking up, though.
But some things are just
leads to shacking up long term.
Some things are just what it is.
But that's their choice.
Like, okay, we said, but listen, they can be their choice.
Hold on, Trey. I find that's interesting. You can't tell me that my most valuable years or a woman's most valuable time is X, Y, and Z. You don't know. How can you say? Because that's like saying
just like that you can't say about the man either.
In the dating market, that is the best time.
I don't know.
You only buy if you got money.
I'm valuable.
Women, listen, hypergamy is real.
And you got it. Hold on real quick. I'm going to tell you this one. Hyperbole bullshit. And I'm going to say that with all due respect, because you can go to any level of class, economic class in this country, and you going to find people together. Whether they broke, whether they homeless, whether they got money, whether they don't. People shack up and do what they want. The choice is that the value that you give to the person you with. And I'm going to be 100 with you. I do not care that I walked away from the relationships I walked away from. Why? Because I knew they were not the men for me. I knew that they could not give me what I needed to function and journey. I want to walk with a partner. I'm not looking for a daddy. I'm not looking for a big bruh. I'm looking for a partner. And that is my definition of partner, right? So when we talk about this and put us in these check boxes that don't exist, I would rather be old and grizzly and be happy in my relationship than to jump up at 24, 25 years old, bust out a whole bunch of babies and turn around and look at you and I can't stand you breathing. That's what I hear out here. Men and women both. They jump and get married out of the pressures of society. You jump, marry somebody that you don't even fucking like. Don't tell me that that's not true, because if that's the case, you wouldn't be complaining about the divorce rate, and that is the issue. The issue is men have to come to the table. Real quick, and y'all got it. Real quick, let me just say this. What the problem is, in my perspective of being in this space, is that men do not want to come to the table more than just they dick in their wallet. You do not want to be seen as a wallet and a dick, but then you call us gold diggers if we're looking for a man that has both those things then in abundance. But then you turn around and say value and marketplace. I am not a piece of meat.
Yes.
I am a human being, and that is not how y'all talk about us anymore. You think we want to get with you and you talk about us like we something at the AJ, right? Like, come on, just listen to the shit that y'all saying. As older men or as 30 plus, if you always talking about what these young men need to do and forget the old heads, blah, 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 you can't. People do what they need to do. And you also have to take into consideration that maybe that particular man or that particular woman ain't made for that kind of commitment. But our society pushes us together and really find out who you are and who he is. That is what is happening. And men have to come to the table with more than just your dick and wallet. You gotta bring your emotions too. And y'all don't want to do that. We asking for too much.
Let me speak on that. Okay, I'm glad you
got it. Thank you. I'm good.
I'm glad you both on it. And this is something that I have said on multiple times on this type of topic.
I don't claim them niggas.
Well, you don't know anybody until you actually live with them. That's when you get the real them. Now, if you go into these marriages thinking that the representative that you see is the one, no. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna be miserable.
In this multicultural country that we're living in today, there's a lot of ideology that have a conflict of interest if they see their kids shacking up and not married. And I'm not going to apply to my own culture. And there's many other ethnic groups that will not tolerate that. It's not in their thing. They will let you know that if you go to shack up, you might well get married. I hear that from people from the Middle East. I hear that from people who are Asian that don't believe in that thing. And I can understand why. Now, African culture is no different as well. But what they normally do, like I said, because we are blessed to have people who are gatekeepers, they make sure they're teaching and raise you with certain value. Now, those who grew up without a particular consistent culture, we left out there to what the media project, what so-called value. When Kevin Samuel was trying to put a name to something that have been done for multiple generations, he called it sexual value marketplace, whatever. That was never what the case to begin with, but that actually existed, but it only existed among prominent families. The discussion they talk about based on daughter of particular families who they want to link with their son. They're looking at the substance, looking at the value, looking at how she conducts herself. Those kind of conversations. The only problem when they talk about it in modern time, they remove a lot of things that came along with that type of conversation. That when you try to modernize something that comes from a very solid cultural background, you miss the mark. The same thing when I was doing that last year when people want to talk about polygamy. I'm like, this country don't know what polygamy really is, what their access, what their essential fundamental behind that. But you want to practice it. Why we want to practice something? You don't have a culture nor a foundation that supports that type of system. Outside the country, there are a lot of places they practice polygamy and it's successful. But it cannot be successful here if you don't understand the fundamental behind it. This is something I've been trying to point out. When we come to marriage, everybody in this country who come from different multiple culture had different view of what marriage really is. If you dating someone from a very deep cultural background, his view of marriage will be completely different from your view of marriage. His view of marriage have been passed down, that have been known for multiple generations. People keep forgetting that aspect of it. But if you date someone who comes from no cultural background, whether his view of marriage is going to be based on what he think it is. And when you don't have the same view of what marriage is, there's going to be conflict. The question is, are you willing to compromise with that type of view or you walk away? That is the common thing. My view of marriage is coming from a generational level of understanding. But there's a role and there's a level of responsibility. It's not about dictatorship. Even though it may look like a dictatorship, but it's much bigger than that. It's a duty, it's a bigger responsibility. I want to make sure I maintain the family name. I don't let the family down. So it's not all about me. It's something bigger than me.
And that's the thing. Our generation doesn't do that.
They don't think that. And I'm glad you mentioned that. A lot of men here that I spoke to, and
but y'all gotta come into the times. You can't live back then. You gotta come into the times. You know, this is the problem. Our people don't adjust to the times. We still worried about grandma and grandpa. I keep saying it.
Multiple men from different cultural background what marriage is to them. And I listen to what they tell me, and I could tell some are not sure what marriage is. Some had a solid understanding based on what they were taught and based on what they've seen. Like JT.
But can I say something about that though? Can I say something?
Can y'all expand? Can y'all you and Chocolate Brooke expand on what Trey was saying as far as when he was talking about shacking up? Because Chocolate said it's unrealistic. Can you expand on that when you're saying that, when you're applying that word like that? It's unrealistic.
What?
A lot of stuff we're talking about is unrealistic. I keep saying we are not our grandparents. You know the problem is, and I think that's the worst thing.
I was going to say, I agree with you.
Past times and what it used
to
be. We are not our grandparents. And if
what we gonna do today?
You'll never be able to come into what it is now. You get what I'm saying?
Some things do not change. Some traditions do not change. It's changed by default. But the tradition, listen, you can listen. Yes, okay, this is the trick bag. what y'all saying is fine. I'm not listening. What y'all saying is what y'all saying. The trick bag is this. Women, and this is the trick bag women put themselves in. If they go into their young adult years saying, I'm going to do me
not all ready. Women.
Okay. Not the women that do. Okay, so
let them finish, Chocolate. One mic, Chocolate. Let them finish the rebuttal. Go ahead, Uncle Ferg.
No, I can really find the women that do think like that. No, the women that do think like that. The women that do think like that, not the women that don't, because those that don't more than likely will get their results. The women that do think like it, this is the trick bag that they put themselves in, because they're going to their early 20s. Now, to a man, you're like the freshest new car that came out. You're a 2024 virgin. Damn. Okay, I want that. Now, men do the same thing because they're going like, I ain't ready. Like I said, you're going to meet 3. She might be the one, but we ain't looking at building. Men ain't looking at building. Women used to look at the 20 years down the road. Now they looking at today. And this is the trick bag. And I heard this, and I asked a woman last week, and she said it. I think you was on that too, Evolution. Will you agree? You see a young woman, you give her the advice, girl, go do you. When you ready, come back 10 years down the road, 15 years down the road. How many men you done slept with, relationships you done had? Now you can double back and get the guy that you want. Guys are completely opposite. If a guy's younger, he wants fresh meat. He's like, yes. But if he doesn't get what he's want, he's going to play the game with you for 15 years. He'll move in with you, do all that, but he already know I need a place to stay. He ain't said that. So he's going to play that game. And when he's ready to bounce, he's going to leave. He's going to just leave. He's going to create a situation where it's going to be toxic on purpose. He'll probably go out and cheat, and he's going to make sure he get called out, somebody that you know, so he's ready to leave. He's checked out. The thing with women, you've all have invested too much in that situation. And then when it becomes where the emotional strain gets too much, you step away from it, but you cannot disconnect from that emotional pain that this guy gave you. So if you want, and some women, like you say, I hear from women that are older, like 30s and late 30s, 40s, say they don't want to get married because they've seen what has happened and transpired between 21 and 35. They seen it. They're like, fuck that shit. I ain't doing that shit. But again, you got to look at the guys that you grew up with. Y'all talking about y'all friends' brothers. Y'all talking about y'all cousins. Y'all seen the lifestyle that you all were growing up in, whether you didn't have a father in your life. And a lot of times I'll say this, and I've helped a lot of you young people, go talk to your father. At least have a conversation, see what the real situation, because mama is only going to give you based off our heartbreak. Your daddy ain't shit, because some of y'all look just like y'all damn daddy and act just like his stubborn ass. But you won't say that. And you won't question what mama's behavior was when she was 22, out here riding the carousel in the back of the car just so she can big ball. She won't tell you she was a hoe. She won't tell her son. So the guy's dealing with that same emotional bag too. So my thing is this: if you want that space, and it's for the women who want to be in that space, understand that your virtue is your greatest asset. Your cleanliness as a woman. You're not normal
until we meet you, and then you soil it, and then you leave, like you saying. That's why I tell women again.
But I wouldn't be qualified. I wouldn't be qualified. You should get with a guy who's in your age group, who's 2 years older.
So he can leave, right? You just said he can leave after a couple years. Who's doing that? This is why it don't make no sense.
Give him a chance. He ain't making enough.
Hold on.
It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense to have babies.
Hold on.
But no, I want to ask
the men that you know.
That's what I said. Don't have babies.
So
can I interject something?
Can I talk for a minute? Can I say something? Because I've been listening to y'all. I'm just saying. I listen to what the brothers say. I understand what you're saying, Trey. But then my thing is this. So what's wrong with telling a woman, enjoy your life, do what you need to do before you lay down and you have these kids with men that you said that they were going to leave. You get what I'm saying? After she done had 1 baby, 2 baby, 3 baby, and
Marriage
she's being a
first.
rider, she's there for him, she's giving up her good years. You get what I'm saying? So do you understand why some women don't want to do that? They're saying, you know
Marriage
what, I'm
first.
going to school, I'm enjoying myself, and then I'll settle down with this Negro that's probably going to leave. But guess
Marriage
what?
first.
I enjoyed my life before he goes. So now I'm going to help
Marriage
him get him out
first.
the door.
Like grandmama married first. Grandmama and grandpapa married
But
first.
we're not
They-
grandma and grandpa. This is the problem.
Okay,
You
and
have
that's
to-
the problem. And that's the problem.
We
I
not
just
doing
want
it.
to ask one question
I
to Trey.
asked
Just
him
want to
earlier
ask one question to
And we
Trey.
don't understand when you say that.
One
because
mic.
we are not our
Everybody wait till the
grandparents.
host is done. Brooke, rock out, and then y'all, then Brooke, you say who gonna talk from there.
Yeah, thank you. And that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all are making my points for me. We are not our grandparents. Let me tell you something. And I've been trying to hold this because I'm going to do an explosive news report on. We don't even talk about what relationships are today. You get what I'm saying? What the Gen Zs, the baby, whatever. Everybody is going to one way of dating right now. And I really didn't want to put it out there because I know people gonna hit me in the head with it when I talk about it. I have facts, I have slideshows and everything. Nobody is trying to get married anymore. Why is that? Because 9 times out of 10 we watched it not work and not work and not work. Why would we jump in head first to that? Because grandma and grandpa.
Nah, niggas scared of court. Niggas are scared of that paperwork.
Like, we're not trying. Like a lot of us are not trying to do that.
We lose.
We want the union. We don't want the court.
But
Trust me. Most men want the union, just not the
That's
court.
true. That's right.
But this is what I mean when you said, Trey, earlier about a woman's virtue is her most important asset. That's insulting, sir. That is very insulting. Women have made so many strides in our society, and to tell me that what's between my legs is the most important thing I can give a man, then he ain't the man for me.
That you can protect. That you can protect. Women are,
Okay. Hold on, real
you
quick.
have
Let me
to
finish.
protect that.
So, well, then why can't we teach our men to have dick control then?
Oh
If
yeah,
that's
we
the
said
case, then if
about
that's
that.
the case,
You know, hold on.
I just want to say it's
You know why?
always on us. No, hold on,
You know
Trey, because I want to say this. As a
I'm a man
woman
too.
who,
So,
but again, you have never had a man pursue you and want to have sex with you. I'm assuming that, right?
I hope not, Uncle Trey. I hope not, nigga.
Trey,
Can
hurry up and answer.
you? No, I'm for real. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny with you. It's just the things that you say. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So have you ever been pursued by a man? Has a man ever called you and gave you all his love bomb? He wants you so much. You so beautiful. Oh, you gonna be it. The things that men say to get coochie, child, please, if I had $1.
Yeah.
My thing is this. You don't want us. Hold on. You don't like us if we're prudes.
Yeah.
You don't like us if we're sexually open.
say they.
You don't. What?
Man,
Who?
say they.
Oh, so now you offended? Now you offended?
No.
Let's go.
Because I'm not in that
Now
category,
you
so say
offended.
they. So say
You've been
they.
saying all women. You've
I
been
didn't
saying
say
stop.
you.
I'm
didn't
not.
say
I'm
you.
not. I don't care because you didn't say me. I'm a woman. Okay? In this
Gloves
country.
off. Gloves
Single.
off. Come on.
That's right. Turn them
Gloves
off.
off. Come on.
I'm gonna tell
Come
you
on.
this. I
Single.
am tired of this same rhetoric. Unless you have been pursued by a man in this society and been told how much you are so fucking special, and then when you give it to him, now you a hoe. Now you this. Now you oh, you got bodies. You got this. You got that. Oh, you supposed to keep it. I wash my coochie all day long, so I know it's clean. That's not the problem.
Yeah.
I'm like this. If that's the case, then teach our boys, since y'all always want to talk about kids, teach our boys and our men control. Why don't they have it?
They
Why
never
are they
did.
always pursuing sex? Why
So
do
I'll
we
say
have
this.
the adult industry that
Chocolate,
we do?
who is
Why do
these
we have
days and
porn
y'alls?
movies?
Who the days
Why?
and y'alls?
Why?
Chocolate?
That's what
Who
I'm
are these
saying.
Can
niggas?
you just
Tell the
pay
truth,
attention?
You know,
Oh,
I'll say this,
y'all
and I've
too
been
much.
saying it.
Y'all
But this is
No.
what I've been saying.
Real quick. Hold on. Stop. I had to
Y'all
real
good.
quick
Y'all
because
good.
hold on,
Nah,
real quick,
You
and I'm
good?
gonna get out the floor back. Me, many times I've been checked by women when I say y'all women. So 2, 1. Please stop talking. Please, everybody. Please stop talking. Please for a second. Please. I haven't said nothing for that long. Please. Just pause. Look, man. All right. I'm gonna throw some things that are that are gonna make us talk, and some things you're gonna disagree with, some things you're gonna agree with, whatever the case may be. Now, if Chocolate, come back up if you can, please come back up. If a woman, right, is someone who is, talking to a lot of guys that she's been with, men, she's gonna be looked at a certain way. She may not think that that's okay. She may not feel like it's okay, but men, some people gonna look at her a certain way. You know what I mean? Now, is that fair in retrospect? Because she may have changed her ways, or she may not even be, what they call a whore or whatever. She just may be getting to know different people, and she may have had different experiences, right? She may be protecting herself or whatever, and things of that nature. But society is not going to look. It's going to look at her only one way, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Now, I believe there's a lot of great women who are victims of that, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not the fact that they're bad women or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think we have to understand that. But people ain't really look when they see the smoke, they're gonna see fire, and they're not thinking about nothing else. They're not thinking about, oh, maybe she a good woman or what. They ain't thinking about none of that. They're like, yo, she done been how many dudes? Oh, nah, dog, forget it, right? That's exactly what they just gonna say, and I hate to say that, you know what I mean? But it's the truth. It's just like if a guy, if he doesn't have a certain amount of money, right? You know what I mean? He's gonna automatically look at as a bum, or as a loser, or this, that, and the third, right? Now, he may have had health situations. He may have had a bad family upbringing. He may have had a lot of things going on, right? But nobody's thinking about that. They just see that he don't have a lot of money, so he's a bum. That's all they're gonna just do. Is it snap decisions? Yes. Is it the best thing to do? No. Because when you make snap decisions, right? You know what I mean? Leave Uncle Ferg up there. Leave Uncle Ferg up there. You know what I mean? When you make snap decisions, right? It's usually just based on what you just think or what you believe in that moment. But it's not actually factual or true, right? But people ain't digging into the evidence. I'm just telling you that right now. So if you say certain things, people gonna think certain things. That's just the way of life. You know what I mean? I hate to say it that way, but it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. Now, as far as what way it works, I don't know. We live, our community now is so diverse and so open, right? You know what I mean? Now listen, I like some of the older ways. I like some of the older things that Uncle Ferg is talking about, man. I grew up in some of the traditions that he's talking about. So I like some of it, right? My grandparents predominantly raised me. So I like a lot of that. You know what I mean? I like a lot of it. But is it current now? Not completely. You know what I mean? It doesn't fit completely to what's... Okay, I'm back. I think I should be back. Okay, I'm back. Right? It doesn't fit completely to what's going on now. Right? Now, should it fit completely in some retrospect? Somehow, some way it should. Right? In some retrospects, I believe it should. But that's up for debate. Right? Because if a person living their life and they happy, who am I to tell them that they're wrong? You know what I mean? If it works for them. You know what I mean? So my only thing is that you just got to be willing to die on your sword. That's all I ask. Whatever tricks you choose, just be willing to die on your sword, okay? If you choose to be traditional, die on your sword. You choose to be modern, die on your sword. You choose to do both, die on your sword. You choose to try to create a new way or whatever you want to create, die on your sword. That's all I ask, all right? Just keep it gangster, all right? Die on your sword, homie. You know what I'm saying? You about the church? Go down in the flames with the church, baby. All right, let's get it going. Charge it to the game. You know what I'm saying? That's all I ask. And CB, I'm just gonna get to you, but I gotta get to Angelus first. My man GP, Chocolate. I'm glad you're back. But yes, but I think what's wrong. The thing that's wrong is that we got to stop making snap judgments, even though it's kind of impossible to do. You know what I mean? You see a person in the street, they got a cardboard box. You think they're a bum. You just gonna think that they got $1 million in the bank, but we don't know. We just don't think that it's just a snap judgment. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how life is, man. So, you know what I mean? And I think also the thing that happens too, because we don't communicate different things in our relationships, it just goes haywire, right? Our communication skills suck. know what I'm saying? It's like we don't communicate. You know what I'm saying? And then we assume things, and then when we're proven wrong or somebody tells us something different, then they got to be lying or they capping. And sometimes they are, right? I will get Gray Pill. It's on you. Then we're gonna go to CBN. Then we're gonna go whoever else after that. I don't know after that. But go ahead.
Okay, I'll make this quick because I had a question. Hopefully, this will expand a little bit with the conversation. But I will say this: when we make I will agree with to what Mr. 84 said. We got to be careful and practice what we said. It's that old saying, like, practice what you preach, mean what you say. That helps a lot with the conversation because most people either get triggered or get offended or get a little bit sensitive on just one word, and that person's not directly talking about you. You can address that person. Hey, are you speaking to me? And if you say no, then just mute it up and just carry from there. But I do have a question just for overall, but mostly for the ladies, just for the relationship conversation. What is the intent currently for yourself or what you feel that you see for other women? Because for one of my end, I always echo your intent. If you are dating, if your intent is just like, I just want to casually sleep around, if that's your intent, move accordingly. What is your intent if you said, hey, I want to be married? What does that look like for you? What is your intent for that? Because I see majority of women in all different areas of life that says, hey, I am married with kid. I am divorced with kid. I have no kid, but I'm still single. I am over 30 years old and I'm struggling. Some women say, hey, I'm fine with with not person, but is with a kid. So again, the question is, and I'll leave it from here. What is the lady's current intent for what their relationship is now? And also what do they see in their bubble? Because your world is your world, now is ours. What is y'all intent that y'all see from the surrounding women in your world? Because again, let's be very mindful of this. Each of us on this panel is come from different spaces virtually, and we also come from different spaces across the globe, unless you're living outside the states. And I'll leave it there. Thank you.
That's great, pal.
You got it. Go ahead, baby.
Hold down, Trey. Hold it down.
I'm listening.
CBN, it's on you, big bro.
Okay. I'm glad I would mention about how men like to chase girls and pick all that we trying to get between the panties. And I attended public school out here in New York City, especially Brooklyn. And I noticed that a particular group of men have been left out in the conversation that I hate to say that Trey noted very, very well. That one particular group that's not popular, not part of the popular crew, are considered to be either dweeb or nerd, and they're the one more than likely was not even chasing the panties in some cases. They were being made fun of because whoever been to middle school and high school, we know the thing that goes on. We had the sport jock, we had the cheerleader, the popular girls, we had the goth, we had the nerd, we had the dweeb, and that particular group that's not popular are the one more like they're not even chasing sex. They chasing real relationship. But they get picked on in middle school and high school and they'll find out to be virgin. I was one of those type of guy who got picked on a lot of times by both male and female in high school. And they find out you're a virgin? Oh, you know how to put it out. That was the conversation in public high school. I'm like, what the hell? Like, dude, I said, how big is your thing? Now this happened to me in high school. A girl came to me and asked me how big is my thing. I said, I don't know. In the cafeteria. She was under the table and trying to grab, and I was like, I couldn't even tell my mom that. If I go home and tell my mom and dad, they're going to think something's wrong with the school. But culturally speaking, we are taught our young boys, don't be so willing to stick your thing in anything. Now, the boys who are raised up that way to respect themselves and not to be so willy-nilly, we had to hold ourselves responsible, but some of us end up fall prey to what you call peer pressure, trying to fit in, trying to be a part of the crew. The same apply for the women. I'm sure you women have been to that situation. Y'all in the bathroom, all the popular girl, all dressed all kind of looking at you like, well, look, she's still a baby. She don't want to feel like to be with a man at one day, and they spin you with their word just to convince you to join the crew. If you ever done, do a pick on you. Imagine you have guys being virgin in their 20s, going to college, and still get worse because if you didn't lose it in high school, you're in college, you're still a virgin.
So
you want to tell me you don't get picked on in college?
But that's our problem.
But yet, you never talk about those type of guys who are trying to hold their virtue themselves. But y'all excluded like they're not part of the humanity. This has been going on in middle school, in high school, and in college. But for some apparent reason, they're not men, they're aliens now.
CBN, we can't help it that we the best looking.
Back, sir.
We can't help that shit.
See? Well, guess what? I had to use this joke. I got picked up for being dark skin. You know that? You know what I did? I went to Nigeria, came back, you know what I say? Darker the berry, sweeter the juice. You want to get dark?
There you go. There you go. But see, listen, CBN speaks from a viewpoint.
What you did?
He speaks from a viewpoint with parents. He was raised by parents, not mama, not daddy. He had parents, so his logic is in that facet. So he's gonna move throughout his life. Most of the men that y'all meet, and I'm not saying every man, let me get it. You know what I'm saying? Because if 70-80% of us are born out of wedlock, most of the men out there that y'all may run into, and they fine as hell, ain't really got shit going for them. They know that's all they got is the meat. And the sad thing about it, think about it. Y'all grew up, in our numbers, we was 13% of the population. Now we over 14%. It's been 11 million more of us. How the hell is it 11 million more of us, and our marriage percentage has gone down to 30%?
I talk about who got bigger meat. I was like,
it's a lot of sexual degenerates in America. But think about it. How the hell has our population risen by 11 million, but our marriage rate has gone down?
But we could be sitting here all day and tell you different scenarios of that. But you said something that was interesting earlier when you say send them to their fathers. What fathers are you talking about? Are you sending them to the father that's the one that taught that person that, and the reason why you telling him that he should not do? So which father are you sending them to? Have you talked to the father? Because then if the father taught him that, what you gonna do? Talk against the father? That's
right.
Let me expound on that.
I apologize. Can we answer that question real quick? Me and Brooke, before y'all.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Chocolate. You good?
I'll answer.
So
I say bookings on the father.
No. The question was what? I think that was. Oh, I'm sorry. What's his name? Help me. So what's his? Yeah, Grayfield. Oh my God. I was going to call it something totally different. Thank y'all. Anyway, I wanted to answer the question because one, the intent that I have at this current time of my life is I'm dating casually. And that doesn't mean I'm having sex with someone. That just means I enjoy the company of a man from time to time. I don't see that being a problem. What I do see as well in my circle and in, the women in my age group, some are married, some are single. When it comes to dating, it's very scary. Women are scared. That is the consensus in my group, that they are afraid because of what has been taking place behind the scenes. When we talk about the realism behind it, men can be very dangerous if you don't know him. Women can get, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. Like the nicest guy could be the biggest creep. So a lot of women are not dating. A lot of them are just, I'm good. And I'm just telling you, that is the answer to my question. I'm not afraid. Let me tell you something. Try to put your hands on me and watch what happens.
But see, you always
I got something for you.
We have fathers.
You come in man like they always the worst of the situations.
Oh, I know you ain't saying nothing. That's not what I said. That's how I know you wasn't even listening. I just said I like to date. His question was a two-part. I said my intent is to date. That means we can have, if I hook up or somebody, let's say, for instance, CBN asked me out. We go have dinner. It is what it is. We have good convo. Doesn't mean that we're going to sleep together. Just mean we like hanging out. If anything goes there, it goes there. I'm grown. It's my body. I'll do what I want to do.
Right.
And then the second part was, what do I see in my bubble? And my bubble is that a lot of the women I know are not dating because they are afraid. And I'm not saying, I never said that all men are bad. And that's how I know you ain't hearing me, because I've been on this panel a few times and I enjoy men. I think y'all great. Yes, you get on my fucking nerves, but I like men.
That makes you heterosexual.
So,
right, exactly.
So what are the women?
Jesus Christ. I did not say nothing about men being the worst. Don't put words in my mouth, sir.
What are the women afraid of?
Some men.
Yeah. No. Uncle Ferg, it's specifically Smitty is the worst. Rock out.
I don't know what they're afraid of, though. What are you, if you're dating, what are you afraid of?
Are you not, do you not watch are you ever on anything other than YouTube? Do you use your Instagram or go to TikTok or watch the news or whatever, that kind of stuff? There's a high rate of women being attacked, sir, out here, especially Black women. There's a high rate of us. Yes, sir.
Especially when you try to leave them. Oh my God.
Yes, sir.
Nobody's date ever again. Nobody's date. Just clap.
Why does it have to be? Hold on real quick. I'm sorry. But why does it have to be that when I say that to you? Hold on real quick. This ain't nothing I'm making up. Sir, this is on the news. This is on papers. They are studying this. This is on the FBI watch list. If you go to FBI.com right now, you will see the rate of Black women being unalived by their men. Because, again, going back to the conversation y'all had earlier, I don't care what y'all want to say. Logic is a definition. It is the science of thought and discussion, meaning you take all of your experiences, make your snap judgment. That is logic. It is not gender specific.
Yeah, they can't handle rejection.
A lot of these Black men, I'm talking about Black men, Vaughn, and it ain't nothing against nobody else. I know there's a group of Black men. There's a section of Black men who do not like to take no for an answer, who are overly emotional, cannot control themselves, and they will put their hands on you. I know. I've been in that situation before. So please. It does not paint all Black men bad. I would never say that, because if I thought that, I wouldn't come up here and talk to y'all. That makes no sense. Like, come on now.
The trend going on. Hold on.
You speaking? Wait, CBN. Wait a minute. Hold up, brother. I haven't get a chance to talk. You said before then, as far as Black women being attacked, only thing I was just making sure that it was just not just Black men, that statistic that you was quoting, because they've been attacked by other nationalities too. But then the second part that you
the
said,
majority is Black though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Black.
You said Black. She said Black women.
Yes, sir.
Women are being attacked. According to that statistic, it's not just Black men. They're being attacked by other nationalities.
But hold on, sir. I don't date. I'm not dating other nationalities. I'm not dating other nationalities.
Hold up, listen to what I'm saying. The second part that you said, yes, you're right as far as in the relationship part, yes. But I'm speaking on the statistic when it comes to Black women that's being attacked, that's being kidnapped. It's not just Black men. That's what
I'm saying. Eric,
but the majority is Black though.
But that's different. Hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. To respond to you, I was not quoting a statistic. I'm happy to. I have plenty, but I wasn't. What I'm saying to you is, in my world, in my bubble, in the women that I know are met, the majority of them are single in different age brackets. Some of them have kids, some of them don't. And when we talk about dating, the conversation, unfortunately, is not as great as we would like it to be. Who wouldn't want a man that wants to come in and protect and be there for you and you can build a life with? You have to be simply available, Von Eric. I'm not talking about kidnapping. Believe me, I am an advocate for like women who have and girls who have been pulled into the system that way, sex trafficking, the whole nine. I'm an advocate, always have been. But we're not talking about that. We are talking about straight.
Hold up,
sir, please.
Hold up. I just wanted to saying this because I want to protect our women, and I just don't want women just to say, "Oh, it's just black men that's doing this," because it's other. I'm protecting my queens. That's why I say I just want to be, because you say
I understand what you're saying.
Hold up. Let me talk, okay? Only thing I just want to be clear, because I'm protecting my queens, because women, especially black women, have been kidnapped and attacked. And when y'all said women being attacked, black women being attacked, that statistic that you're talking about, I just want to be clear, because you're going into relationship. I'm not talking about relationship. You are absolutely right when it comes to that. But when you specifically say that word attacked, that is not just black men. That's the only thing I just want to be clear, because I don't want black women to think, "Oh, I'm being
51% is black men. 51%. Okay. So that's what.
Okay, I get that.
In a relationship, you talking about a relationship?
Yeah, what they call it intimate partner violence.
I'm not talking about.
That's only 38%.
I'm not talking about that.
That's the majority, right?
Is it
would make it
evolution? Listen to what I'm saying.
Am I wrong?
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Hold on, guys. One mic. Go ahead, Von.
I'm not talking about that on the relationship. I am not talking about that. I am talking about the way the society has become. People out there are kidnapping black women that's not in a relationship at all.
Yes,
and
I'm aware of that.
And sex trafficking them and killing them.
Yes, sir.
Look what happened.
Yes, sir. I delete.
I could give you a thing in Ohio where black women are being attacked, kidnapped, and killed, and it wasn't reported.
But that's the point, Von. That's why I was saying that to Trey. But hold on, real quick. Hold on, guys. Can we get back on topic? My thing is this. I know that there is a sector of men, period, point blank, whatever color they are, that do horrible things to women, whatever color they are. I'm very aware. That's why I made mention that I'm an advocate. I am a criminal advocate, meaning that, victim advocate for women, young black boys, and just any age group that have been involved in that life. Because yes, you are absolutely correct. There have been a high rate of young black girls and young black women being taken out of this country. So, but to your point, I am not painting a broad brush against all black men, and I want that to be clear as well. So for you to say that, Von, it is not that I am leaving anyone out. I'm talking about, just like y'all was talking about, real men. I'm talking about the sector of men who are out here and they are wolf in sheep's clothing. There are plenty of them. Unfortunately. So yes, we got to be careful. That's all I'm saying, Von. It's not all black men. I know that.
But it's only about 20% of men.
Okay.
No, but you say a few percent of men. There have been an upright trend of that happening more and more. There was a news report whereby a man got somehow in his feeling because a woman turned him down because she didn't have nothing to do with him. She met a couple of girls sitting down eating, and he asked one of them for the number, and she didn't want to. Given that, also he pulled out a gun on it was on a news report, a local station, and I've seen video after video after video how a group of immature adult male will pounce on a woman on a gas station. Yo, ma, I see that here in New York City.
Yes.
If she turned them down, you a B, you a this, you a that. So let's not act like it doesn't happen. Maybe because it's not happening in your community, not in your area, but when you're in a big city, you see that a lot in New York City. You see that a lot in Philadelphia. You see a lot in big metropolitan cities. It goes on for too long. Philadelphia is like a war zone now. A lot of women cannot walk on their own. They have to walk in group walk with somebody these days. Really, why I say the gatekeeper are gone. In some ethnic group, you can't talk to somebody your daughter without finding out she had 5 uncle, cousins, male. They're coming out to look at you like, what are you talking to her for? You have been with her. That is missing in the community.
And just to add to it, my brother is 6 feet tall, big, dark skinned, beautiful black boy. I can tell you how different it is when I have him with me in comparison when I'm alone. It's a huge difference. Now they don't know if he's my brother or, not my friend, whatever. They don't know. But I have found in my life that when I have a male escort, I'm treated totally different as if I was alone.
Not a factual.
Because we don't fix our boys, we try to fix our girls. We don't do that. We don't try to fix our boys.
That's what I'm saying. If we
tell our girls what to do. We don't put the boys in therapy. We don't try to help.
That's not true.
Are you a man?
That's not true. That's not true.
Hold on.
That's not true. That's not true. No, it's not. You go to any education. You go to any school that has a mentoring program. Most of them, 95% of them, are geared towards the males within the school system. The mentoring programs are for males. There's very few for females, and that's the problem. The young girls are not getting the message that their cleanliness as a young woman is the most valuable, that their body is so precious that you cannot just give it away at 16, 17, 18.
See, you know what the problem with you is?
Why don't you teach?
What about the boys? What do
that's the dynamic.
Hold on, y'all. The men
that's what I do. I only work with them.
What happened to them? The ones that we're talking about, just doing all this stuff that we're just talking about. What happened to them? You get what I'm saying?
It's a very small number of
girls. Are we letting the guys just?
I got you, CBN. Just let it rock out.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, if we keep focusing on the girls and fixing the girls, it's not going to matter if the boys are screwed up.
Listen.
If the men are screwed up, a lot of them cannot handle rejection. You get what I'm saying? Then,
hey, can I hold Uncle Ferg real quick?
Because they don't want to do nonsense. You get what I'm saying?
I just wanted to remind us. I wrote down a list. Of words that do still exist in Webster. These words consist of some, not all. Okay.
I keep letting these men.
All right, hold on. Majority. Okay. I just wanted to remind us of words that are still in place. You can use these words. It won't cut your tongue or nothing. Won't make your breath smell bad or none of that shit. You can use these words.
Hold on, please. Can you hold on for 1 second, please? I'm stepping again because I ain't talked for a minute. Hold on. Listen. You know what I'm saying? Look, I know this may sound harsh, but women cannot do the same thing that men do and vice versa. Okay? You just can't. People are not going to view you the same. I hate to say it. They're just not. You know what I'm saying? They're just not. Like, is it wrong or should it change? Maybe, right? Maybe it should. I don't know, right? But you ain't going to be viewed the same. If you're a woman and you out here and you just mess with any type of guy, they're gonna look at you as a whore. I'm just saying that. It just is what it is. It just is what it is, man. I'm there's nothing I can do about that. You know what I mean? I can't make people look at you different. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. If a man sleeps with multiple women, he looked at it as the man. He looked at it as a Mac, as the guy. That's just a society norm. There's nothing I can do about that.
I just love how y'all not answering this question though. I love it.
What's the question?
Now I'm on y'all ass. You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to answer the question.
What is the question though?
Like y'all keep talking. Every time I say something about men, y'all talk about women. Y'all notice that?
No,
I'm just saying.
Let me answer.
Do you notice what I'm saying? Every time I ask you for the accountability of a man, y'all talk about a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You get where I'm coming from with this? Every time there is some type of accountability to put on a man, y'all talk about a woman. Why is that?
No, let me answer that.
Hold on. Let me hold on, CBN. Hold on.
And I'm talking about every man up here because y'all all alpha men. And I know why you're doing it. But I want to hear from y'all.
Hold on. Everybody, hold on.
That's not true.
Right? Everybody has to be accountable. Everybody has to be accountable in different ways, right? Both men and women got to be accountable in different ways. And I think we understand. We are all grown here, so we know how certain behaviors are looked at by people if a man does it and if a woman does it. We know this already. Like, this is not hard to kind of figure out or try to dissect. It's just very simple, right? Now, I'm not saying if it's right or wrong, right? It's just what people automatically going to say and it's just going to go to, right? They're just going to go to just the normal rhetoric. You know what I mean? We're not trying to investigate or figure out, like I said, right now. Should guys be taught how to basically move around, you know, and be responsible when they're messing around with different women? Of course, right? Of course they should be responsible. Nobody's saying that they shouldn't. Of course they shouldn't be making a bunch of illegitimate children or spreading diseases. I don't think anybody in their right mind would just say, hey, man, just let them go out there, free willy it, you feel what I'm saying, and just lay down and do his thing. Nah, I don't think nobody would advocate for that, right? Nobody advocate that for a woman, right? So I think both have a responsibility, but we have to understand when men are, you know, laying it down, even if he does have multiple kids, like sometimes he could be treated still like he is the best thing in sliced bread. You know what I mean? Or that he's the guy that can just get with women whenever he wants to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that is just a stigma. Is it the most responsible thing? No. You know what I'm saying? But we see it all the time. We see guys, you know, they have a show about it. We see it a lot of times, 24-hour lockup. You see like some of the worst men ever in your life getting these beautiful women. You're like, what the hell? Like, this dude ain't doing nothing in life. You know why? He puts it down in the bedroom. You know what I mean? And that's all that counts. She ain't worried about his 10 other kids.
You gotta be good for nothing.
Drugs. Don't forget the drugs. Probably why he's locked up now.
That too. Whatever he got going on.
What you mean? Okay? Which drugs? I'm just playing. Go ahead.
A piece of it, right? And we know that's just what it is, right? That's just
I'm a player. You know what I mean? That's what you get.
Women choose to behave in that way, they're gonna view women as whores. I'm just telling y'all that. Like, there ain't no getting around it. Like, it just is what it is, man. You know what I mean? I ain't saying it's right, but that's what people run to.
I just wanted to add. Hold on, real quick. I just wanted to add. Yeah. So, my father. That's what he told me when I.
Wait, Queen.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. Go ahead, baby.
A place where we can get the accountability of.
Okay, I'm here with you.
Do y'all
okay, I got you.
As she says that,
I can answer that.
Did you see the
no,
saying that shit?
Hold on. Wait a minute, hold on, bro. Trey said the other day that the sisterhood does not exist. Little do you know, sir, that it always exists. Just because you might not see it in this space.
Not if one of us was
plenty of us out here.
Okay. Listen,
I'm gonna tell you something, Trey. Hold on, and then I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna play with you just a second. Hold on, Trey. I'm gonna tell you something. I look at men like when you go into a buffet restaurant, right? You got some cuties over there, you got the muscle men over there, you got your smart nerds over there, and maybe you got a little mix in the middle. And that's it. Let me get a little taste. Maybe I like it, maybe I don't. I'm just a different type of woman. But I'm not sitting here pretending like I need you to marry me to function in life. And see, that's another thing, another type of women you don't talk about, which are the women who go, I'm okay that I'm not married. I don't feel less than. I'm not sad inside because if I want the company of a man, I know what to do to get that.
Yes.
There's a lot of us out here. So that's what I'm saying, all this virtue and kids. Can we talk about the adults? Can we stay on the adults?
Young adults do not listen to this.
Trey, I got a question for you.
Let me answer your question first.
Who do you think is in the audience, Trey?
Let me answer your question first.
CBN, did you get a name?
I want to answer her question.
I didn't get a chance to say anything. I'm waiting for
No. He's been waiting to talk. Let that man get his piece out because he has been patiently waiting. CBN, say what you got to say. Floor is open.
He's been talking all night. I'm the one that's been patiently waiting all night. Let's be honest.
She's the moderator. Yeah, go ahead. You the moderator.
Let's be honest. I don't want to hear about the village.
Okay, go ahead.
Got to answer this question.
I'm not speaking the village. I'm thinking about what's going on in American society.
Go ahead, bro.
Yes.
Let me ask you, because we talking about chocolate. Stay with me, sister. We are talking about the accountability of men. So
I'm gonna speak up.
Where do we place
the camaraderie is out of this world.
I want to answer the
camaraderie is out of this world.
I'm not talking about.
If only niggas had a fraction of that shit.
That's the question I want to answer.
Let Brooke do
Can I
it.
answer
Let
it?
Brooke do it.
First and
Let Brooke
foremost,
go
there
ahead.
are
Go ahead, Brooke.
organizations
Thank you.
out here that run
Now,
by men. Hold on.
Brother
Vaughn
CBA, let
is
Brooke set up the question so you
Okay.
can answer it. Please.
All right.
Go ahead.
okay. Now, who is to blame, right? Whose fault is it that our men, and I'm not going to say all, but the majority of our men cannot handle rejection, and that's the reason why it is so dangerous
Great word.
for us Black women to date, to trust, to let any type of guard down, to marry. Let's talk about it. Whose fault is that?
Can I answer that
Please
question for
give
you?
me an answer that don't involve a woman. That's all I'm going to say.
Based on what
Please,
have been
you can answer
documented,
this
or
without
based
putting
have
one
been
in.
statisticated
You got the
by
floor,
elders.
CPN.
One of the answer is part of it is from the mother fault, who in most cases have been proven. A lot of these single moms don't let their father raise their son. That is one part of the issue. The other part of the issue of the answering father who chose not to be part of their children's life. I've seen that both sides living here in New York City, and I understand that. But yet, there are organizations which don't get a lot of love and praise who decide to step in to help raise these troubled young boys. There's a few programs here in Brooklyn that is existing. There's one in Philadelphia called Urban Nerve. Then we have an information man who part of a particular organization that not only work on the street but work in the prison as well, trying to rehab men and get them back on the right track. There's not a lot all over the country. Problem is, based on the funding, based on the marketing, based on the promotion, they don't get the recognition they give. They're out there, but it's not a lot. That they apply for the women. Because I live in Brooklyn, New York. I've seen a few young brothers come to me and ask if I want to enroll my son into their program, teach them how to be leader, teach them how to have certain survival skill set that will help them out in the future. And I've seen that out here. I've seen that also in Philadelphia. In many other states, I may not seen that, but it's been known that here there's a plan that happened 2 years ago with a bunch of fathers had to show up in a particular school where they're always constantly fighting. Willie Martin on Twitter did a report about that how these fathers mostly retire or they have their own business decide to be part of that particular school to be the deterrent of all these fights. And they do that for other schools, and they're trying to do it across the country. It's not that simple, it's not that easy. I understand there are some guys who step up to the plate to be mentor, to be leader to these certain group of men. But not all can be done. The same applies for the women. There are women organizations that are doing the same exact thing, trying to raise women to be different from the masses. Yes, I'm in Brooklyn. You see a lot of bum ass dudes who get girls easy, left and right. They got 18 baby mama, 19 baby mama, they got 30. I'm like, how can one dude put out so much kid and cannot even pay for all these child support? I'm scratching my head because let me do such a thing. All I know, hey, they use juju on me. If I'm dead, then it happens. They don't play that thing in the cultural background. It's happened here, but there are organizations that try to deter that. It's not a lot, but according to the United States agenda, they don't want that to happen. So they don't support these organizations that trying their best to reform men to be better men. Let's be real. If they're popular in the media, no. Do they want that in the media? No. For 50, 60 years, they say men ain't shit. Men are trash, right? They be attacking men left and right. When you find an honest, law-abiding citizen, an honest man who not about that thing, guess you call him? He's a punk. He's a dweeb. He's a this. He's a that. You don't have to check your parenting, and yet you think he's weak. That's the problem. That's why when y'all had this argument about there are men are chasing girls trying to beat that game, yet on the other side of the track, there are men they're not trying to do that. They like you for who you are as a person. They don't want to change. They're willing to wait. But are they get waiting on those dudes or they pass them by? Those guys are one who end up either going to college, make a name for themselves, or they stay in their mom or grandpa basement and they feel some kind of way. It's two sides. So I see this. This is why I spend all my years in my 20, my 30, stay back in the shadow, watch and observe and see what is going on. Kevin Dunn mentioned there's a brain drain. In middle school and high school, you want like a smart kid who's into the book, who want to do something, but no, man, you corny, you lame, you this, I will call lame. all pretty girl ignore me because, oh, you a nerd. I'm going to land a plane, but we're not being in your country, we're in Jamaica, my son. As I was saying. But this happens. The problem is we don't want to admit that we have these organizations that trying to deter men not to be no such thing. But are we supporting an organization? Are we putting in finance in that program and make sure they continue to do the same thing? Or we just ignore them? Yes, on our platform, we chastise men who act like a punk on BMU Network. I went in on a couple of dudes. I didn't care. I'm going for the juggler. I'm trying to throw your self-esteem.
Can I ask you a question, though? Because I'm being honest, every time that you speak, you talk about these women that like rejected you back in school, right? I listen to everything. I can quote everything that everybody said up here, right?
Good.
I'm that precise.
Good.
I just want to know whose fault is it that you haven't gotten over that? You are well over the age.
No, I mentioned that.
But you got over it in every state.
I mentioned that.
Whose fault is that you haven't?
You know why I mentioned no. You know why I mentioned that?
Right
age. It's not just me that has spoke about that. On the People's Network, you used to have the show called Book and Dusty, and I hear the young generation say the same exact thing. I'm aware that do happen. I've been going on for decades. My question is that who taught these girls and say that an intelligent man is lame?
0 hours.
I'm trying to understand that because I got over it for a long time. I didn't feel sorry for them because most of the girls who bypass the intelligent men end up being the baby mama of today's society. And the men they bypass are the men who quit corporations. So I've been watching them like, I'm okay with it, but I find it amusing that every decade they repeat the same cycle. And nothing changed. But outside the country, they're chasing the guy who will be the next doctor, the next engineer, the next businessman. But over here, you be highly educated, you're weak. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Then later on, you want a high value man, but a high value man, they're mostly highly educated. They're creating these businesses. So how you would be with somebody you ignore in middle school and high school? Then you come around and say you want that same kind of man. I'm like, what do you want?
I get it. It's like saying I want to be skinny every statement, and somebody asks me, and then I say I'm over. I don't really want to be skinny. I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'm putting two and two together. You get what I'm saying?
I get it. I'm over it. I didn't say no.
It's a trauma there.
But I said that earlier. I answered that earlier when I said most men stay stuck in the time that they get their heart broke. Right. That's how men is. If you're not getting over it, it's your own fault because you must do the work. And I'll say this. And I was a guy that had a girlfriend steady in high school. I understood how that could have affected me when I was young. When I was 19, we had already gone through our love fighting phase. We had already broke up. So I'm like, shit. And I had 6 sisters. So I understood female nature. I like, oh, well, she don't want me, somebody else will want me. So I moved through my life as my young adult years that if you didn't look me in my eye like you wanted me, I wouldn't even go waste time with you. If I called you once or twice and you wasn't calling me back, I wouldn't go be like, girl, why you ain't called me? When you saw me next time, maybe with somebody else, I may give you that little nod and kept moving. Now, to answer your question, answer your question.
But you like it.
Hey, Uncle Ferg.
I mean,
absolute facts. The last thing I'm gonna do is ever give you that luxury of thinking you got me. Fuck that. I swear on life, I will act like that shit never fucking happened.
Oh, hold on. Let question.
Yes. I'm gonna let him answer the question. I just want to ask Smitty this. So how is that when a woman is like that? Because I'm like that. If you don't show no interest, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not chasing no man. So just wanted to throw that in there.
But ladies, listen. It's a simple. To answer your question. To answer your question. In all of my years in working with young men, and I'll say it's been about 14 ongoing, I've worked within the school no less than 70 to 100 young men, ages 9th grade through 12th grade, about working into their manhood, understanding accountability, understanding integrity, understanding having a vision, understanding positive anger expression. It's okay to get mad, but how do you express it? And understanding the respect for womanhood. That's how I've approached it. Now, there's always spaces. And if you want to make a lot of money right now, you come up with a program that go into these schools and speak to the young women. They're paying millions of dollars for it. There's not enough spaces for the younger women. It's not for them to sit around their old burnout aunties or their old raggedy uncles and get how to live life. But if you come in there with an open mind and an open heart and say, listen, this may not be the specific way to do it, but I can give you a blueprint that you can carry through your life to get the results you want. If you don't want a husband, fine. Your ass better learn everything you can how to take care of yourself. You better think about how much money it's going to take for you to go to the college that you go to spend so you can be out here taking care of yourself, because that's all the options y'all got in America. You join the military, you go to college. But what I'm saying is it seems normal today because that's all we've been doing for the last 40 years. It seems normal, but in the reality going into the future, it's going to disintegrate the black race altogether because they're going to isolate the women. Listen to what I'm saying. They isolate. As long as they keep the women isolated, think about it. They keep y'all isolated from us. That means you either have to make a decision. Have no relationship with us, or just come together and have sex and possibly make a baby. If 80% of our children,
but there's other men in this country, though. Like you don't have to just be with black men. Like what?
Okay. You don't have to be. But guess what? Most of those
other options.
Those other options, and let me tell you, they only want the fit. It's the same thing we say. They want the fittest.
No.
You ain't seen no.
That's not true, sir.
They want to marry us.
You ain't seen no guy.
That's not true, sir.
You ain't seen with no guy.
This is good as
Trey, please don't do that.
I'll take the $40,000 guy that's in the other race, but that guy that's got those resources making $100,000, he want the most feminine of y'all.
Every woman don't want that kind of man. Trey, stop using that as an example.
It's about the man wanting the woman. It's about what the man
wants. Oh my God! And they don't always want some fake every woman.
Another great word from Webster. Great word. Every. Awesome talk.
We jumping around the answer.
Right. Let him finish. And then we can do it.
There's always spaces like this. Not enough. There's always spaces. And here's the thing: when men get on YouTube, they may speak out about what they feel in personal. Me, I've understood. It's not about what I feel. It's about what is right. I don't care whose feelings are involved. It's about what's right, trying to move to a better space. Now, I may have a piece of the puzzle. I may not. But for those people who are not in this space, you have to go live that life to have that experience. I tell guys, you can't live off my experience and take it through the rest of your life. You got to go live that shit because your dynamic may be totally different based on who you are and where you are. And in those spaces, and when men around, say if we wasn't on YouTube, myself, Smitty, Soapbox, and we get to talking saying something stupid, guess what Smitty gonna do? Ferg, man, you know it's some bullshit, man. You don't do that. That's the way men do with men. Now, when men come into spaces with women, men speak about everything because we're in this space together. You're not off limits to our conversation, and we're not off limits to your conversation. So it's not that it may affect you personally, and that's the thing. We're not speaking to you. I'm not saying evolution, you knew. No, women. Is it every woman? No. But I guarantee when you look at all of our numbers across the Pookies and the Ray Rays, about 35%. The 304 is about 35, 40%. So it's enough to make a difference because those numbers are affecting us all. We 11 million more than 2000. We got more babies. I mean, we having more babies, but we got less relationships. We in situationships. We screwing like a damn rabbit.
From you. See, that's the problem. You know what make me scared, and I never realized this tonight, is that when I ask y'all a question, especially a man, you can't give an answer without going again to what women do. Which means there's still no accountability from the men.
Can I do it?
You get what I'm saying? And that's scary.
Can I do it?
I want to hear what you want to say, Ron, because that's scary to me.
I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to what Trey said and what Smitty said earlier. Trey said logic, and Smitty said simple. When a man is thinking using his logic, he makes his relationship that he's about to go into simple. So when a woman acts a certain way and she's an emotional, or she may turn her down, a man with logic will understand where she is at within her emotional state. It could be many reasons why she's that way. But a logical man looks at that and be like, you know what? She's at a certain state within her life. We can't come together as one, but hopefully, or maybe later on, we could become friends. Maybe down the line, I may hit that, or I may not, or I may just have a friend. CBN was talking about as far as how women look, but that works on both ways. If a woman is educated, she looked at a certain way. A man educated, he is looked at a certain way. That's because of the society that we live in. It's many reasons why a man get emotional when he turned down. It's because how he was raised, or how he was taught, or what he have seen someone else do. But a person, as Trey said, when a man is looking logic, he is able to determine what this woman could be going through. He will ask her certain questions, and when she get that feedback, and then he'll know. He'll go in a simple way, as Smitty said earlier, and make it simple instead of going emotions with emotions. I think most logical man would not just blame or come back at her in that way, because he's thinking logic. Well, she's acting this way for a reason. He would know, just like Tupac, when he was here in Baltimore, he used to get teased. They say he was funny looking. But then when he became out there, all of a sudden he's a heartthrob and things like that. A logical man would know, this woman's put me down now, or she may look at me a certain way, but you know what? 6 months from now, that could be her loss or her gain. But 3 days or 5 days, I probably will hit that. I just gotta do certain things as a man, as I taught as a man, a logical man. I know I gotta talk to her a certain way. If I talk to her a certain way, I could get through that wall that she's going through, that wall she's setting up, or that emotional state that she's in. Only thing I do is say a couple words, break her down, right? Instead of fighting with her, emotions.
What?
Because she's
break her down.
When I'm see, look what you're doing.
I'm sorry, Vaughn. That just.
When I say
wow, okay, sorry.
You start talking about women. That's why it get lost for women.
Right.
Because there's still no accountability for the men. That's
right. When I say break her down, I'm talking about when she's high up in her emotions. You don't want to go emotions. You don't want to go fire to fire, because a logical man would know this woman went through a lot. She could. What is she going through? She's just not just acting this way. What is she's going through?
Well, Vaughn, what if I'm just not interested? It's not about what I'm going through. Maybe I'm just not interested, and I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to know you.
But Chocolate, can I finish? Because you're butting into the conversation. The point I'm trying to make, and you're taking
my apologies.
Certain things, and you gaslighting it. Yes, I said when I say
please don't say that.
Is going through.
That's not what I said.
Okay. I said woman is going through. I am talking about what you just said. Also, she may not just like I said that earlier. She may not like you, or she may do, or you may get hit it 6 months from now, or six weeks from now, or 6 days. I said that earlier, so you're not listening to me. Remember.
I heard you, sir. Please don't say I'm not listening. I heard you.
Evolution said we cannot blame a woman, and I'm saying she's right that when you first meet a woman, why go there and go against her? You're a logical man, like Trey said. You're a logical man. You're a mature man. A mature man would not go back and forth. They will understand or see what this woman is going through, or see what this woman may have been through. This is logical, and then what Smitty said, this is simple. You're making logic, and you're using logic to make this emotional situation simple. That's without blame, because once you blame her, you're getting caught up in emotions, not her emotions, but your emotions within inside you. You're allowing your emotions to dictate what you're about to do to her, and what you're doing is fighting fire with fire. Now, when I say fire, when I'm using the word fire, I'm just talking about emotion. That's if a woman is at a high emotions. Now, a certain woman that is not high emotions, they are logic too. They would just stay straight up, we not compatible. Or this is not what I want. You are not who I want. You know what I'm saying? You're handsome or you're a good man. I can see you do good dialogue. You're using your work, but it's just certain things that is not for me. And a logical man will understand that.
Good. I'm glad you say that way. Let me add one
I'm
to
going to
this.
step out, fellas.
Men who grew up
appreciate y'all.
Oh, you have a good night. Good night.
It's always real.
Now, men who grew up in a logical
Good night.
Good
night.
Next week.
Like, I like what Vaughn was saying, because when y'all hear what he was saying, that it hit home. Because I had an uncle who told me that men who were brought up in a very logical background, a logical mindset, will treat women like a stock market. You know how you're going to invest in the stock? You want to look at the long-term investment and short-term investment, right? So when you're dealing with women, a man who have a logical mindset, who is not looking for something that will add to his, but he will look at a particular one and see is she worth a long-term investment or a short-term investment. If she's not worth investing any resource, any time, he will pull away with little to no damage whatsoever. Meaning he's not trying to get into no argument whatsoever. And that's something where a lot of good guys who are taught by their father, taught, they already know, do it. They sat them down, teaching the game, walk them through the process, walk them through how to be emotionally intelligent, walk them how to adjust, walk them how to deal with women. Those kind of men are mostly under the radar these days now. And we don't have to get on the radar because my uncle taught me one thing. You want to know who the woman is? Stay in the shadow. Don't let her notice you. You notice her. Watch her from a distance. Watch how she conducts herself. Watch how she operates. Watch how she around her friends. Study her environment. You know how you have a lion studying their prey and see is it a good worthy prey to attack or not to attack? The logical men do that. But what they want to do is make sure before they make any decision, is she worth in getting into or not. They're not always trying to chase their panties. I'm not gonna lie, I was way to the point where I was trying to get married early. I wasn't trying to do the boyfriend girl thing. I got caught up in the game. And I got married in my 30s. If I would have followed the game plan that I was taught, I wouldn't have had no girlfriend. There'll be no shacking up. I won't be willing any time to. If I didn't find what I'm looking for before a certain age, I could have been like all my peers from my own background. Tell their uncle, hook me up with a woman, set me up for a marriage. People from my country, when they couldn't find what they're looking for out here, they speak to the relatives, they find somebody for them back in the country. They don't got time for all this shenanigans because they don't want to be into the scenario what's going on in today's society. Which is true. I got caught up in the mess. And I was glad with myself.
I definitely get it, and we almost there. We got one more. We got Smitty. I'm taking everything y'all saying. I don't know if Soapbox want to go again, but I definitely.
Smitty, I can't help you on this one. Yeah, I was trying to be the legal man here. I'm trying to be like a lawyer.
Well, briefly about the looks and shit. Try looking at it like, you know why a lot of celebrities, like wealthy, like when we were like, man, why these wealthy people be like lunching out? Why they so fucking crazy? Why they dress so weird? Like, what is he doing? He or she. The reason why that is because when you reach a certain level and you're around everybody who has money, you're normal as shit. These people aren't around the everyday people. Everybody they're around got all the shit they got. So how do you now stand out? And I'm making the correlation into looks. Okay. You know, if you're somebody who is in certain circles where, you know, shit, most of my family's good looking. I come from a good looking background. You know, when I used to perform at night spots, I've been around lovely looking women. I mean, from my circle to just people I see every day. Not to mention, I've definitely had my fair share of cheeks. I know what it looks and smells and consists of. I know the texture. All right. I'm just saying, you know, when you are not somebody thirsty, when you not somebody that just be looking for sex, yeah, a guy like me, I'm gonna see what the fuck else you got. Is that, I mean, your titties, I mean, okay, all right, cool. You think I ain't seen them before? I was breastfed, you know. I was a titty baby. I saw those before I knew what they were. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's like, so I need something that I have not seen before. I done had some of the best good, wet Fiji, drop, waterfall, all that shit, dog. What else is there? Not to mention, do we act like this year won't go by, a birthday won't come, and another year won't go by, a birthday won't come? So that's not even going to be all that shit. With me as a man, get older, it fades. With women, I don't care who's faster, who's whining milk. Fuck all of that. We get older, we start to perish. We start to deteriorate slowly from memory, joints, muscle, everything. I don't give a fuck, man or woman. Okay, so all I'm saying is that, like, yeah, I mean, when you're dealing with a certain class of men. Just like if you're in a realm of all celebrities, don't nobody give a fuck about your bands. They don't care. They bought their kids that for graduation. Something most of us trying to earn our whole lives, nigga. Their kids got that for graduating. I digress. My mic is me to rock out.
Wait. I got one more I need you to hit because everybody else hit it. And kind of missed it. But here you go. Whose fault is it? Whose fault is it that some, because I never generalize, some or the majority of the black men in our community cannot handle rejection? Whose fault is that? Where do we?
I mean, honestly, bro, that's a very, very easy answer. It's all Jermaine's fault. The fuck? I mean, come on now. What else?
You said it's whose fault?
Jermaine. It's all Jermaine's fault.
So that does that mean that his daddy? You saying?
You mean Jermaine, Taekwon?
It starts there, ends there. It's all Jermaine's fault. Done. Don't add nothing. Don't remove shit.
Now let me tell you something. So if you are saying like his father, that's exactly the right answer. It has, because you got to think. I see you guys putting it on the mother, this, and that. Let's be honest. A mother cannot teach a man how to be a man. I'm just going to say it for the ladies too. So now we got to ask, where are the men that have these men out here emotional, ready to kill if they don't get their way, that's having tantrums? Where are the black men that are raising their sons? Where are the uncles? Where are the brothers? That's where it starts. The minute you start saying, "Oh, it's the mama," this, and that, you lose.
No, I say with a two-part question.
Of what it, you know what I'm saying? And that's why women now, and I'm not gonna say all, but even with me, as y'all kept talking, even I got scared. And the one thing I kept thinking was, I'm so glad that I let men go the way I let them go. Because,
and here's the thing, when I mentioned my answer to you, they were based from a lawyer who was a divorce lawyer and who have seen what's going on in the court. The lead attorney, he mentioned several times how there are moms out there who are so vindictive. They want to make sure the father had no visitation right. Any kind of when they see their kid, and I've seen that happen out here in New York, especially in Brooklyn, where their father want to be in their children's life for some apparent reason. You got these moms going out there fabricating all kind of stories to prevent the father from being in there. So it's not like they ain't not trying to raise their kids. Don't forget, there's a system in this country that never benefits the man, no matter what he do. And the lead attorney being a divorce lawyer for over 20 years, he understands the system in and out. And he mentioned some guys are broken because they had to work all kind of job or they lose their job because of how many times they go back and forth into court so they get visitation, they get cut. It's a losing battle. So I get it and I understand it. But when
I don't.
No, I get it because you know why the laws.
Because that's excuses.
No,
I understand that the
it may sound like
excuses.
excuses. I get it. It may sound like
excuses,
but it's
that's your blood. Nothing should hold you from your blood.
I get it.
You got to do what you got to do.
There are some men who never going to quit. They want to fight no matter what until it costs them debt to visit their kid. It happens. and there's some men that kind of like they just gave up. They didn't wear the white flag. I've seen both sides.
I think
Out here in Brooklyn, New York, it got in worse. Whereby you have some vindictive mother that will have their boyfriend kill their baby father, delete their baby father, on purpose. So it's not
That's a
like they're
different
not.
situation. It's not the
I
majority
know,
of
I
what
know
happens
it's a
though.
different situation, but me paying attention to the news for multiple years, I see both sides of the road, and I'm trying to ask myself the question: why is there no law to hold these people accountable when they are abusing the system? That's the first thing that came to my mind. Why did it go on for so long? Yeah, there are
Well,
some
I'm
men
gonna be
who
honest.
quit.
Child support,
Some men
right?
quit. Some men don't
I want
quit.
to answer your question. I think I want to answer that question because it's a good question too. I think collectively, I think we all should have a part in it. I want to use the analogy that CBN said a little one of his things when he said that the woman laid the law. The man, came home, he went to work, and the woman, she was in the house. She pretty much laid the law. She pretty much, because the man, he came home, he ate and went to bed, right? But the things that he did, it was the woman saying, "You see what your father did? You see how your father is acting? You see how your uncle is doing?" But I know we live in a different generation, so it depends on, like you said, a single mother. How was the single mother raised? She might have been raised in a two-part family that it was taught to her that she passed on to her child, even though she's single. She was
But
probably.
why is she single? We never talk about that.
If
We
she
never
could
talk
be,
about how it's so easy to push a man out the house because technically that's what y'all saying.
No, I'm not saying. The question was as far as men being emotions, right? And I'm trying to ask your answer your question. It could be, is collectively, who far is it collectively? I would say all of us together, because you just point out when in this generation we live, it's mostly single parents, right? So I'm saying it depends on the parent, on how that parent is being raised, how that woman was being raised. Because you said a woman can't teach a boy how to be a man, but she might have been living in a household or been raised by her father that taught her, and she passed that information to her son. So it's not actually her, it's her father.
But why is she passing the information? Where is the father of the child?
Oh, okay, the father. Okay, so you're saying
you should have to pass.
So wait a minute. That could be many reasons too. That could be he didn't want to be there. That could be that she didn't want to be there.
Problem.
But that could be she didn't want to be there. It could be he didn't want to be there. So that's why I keep saying it's a collectively. It's just not, we can sit up here and say many different reasons. It's a collective issue. Because you can't pull up a statistic that you might pull up statistics because of the man, or you may pull it because of the woman. Some women, they get, like what CBN was saying, they vindictive, but then it's some men that don't want to take that responsibility. They just straight up just leave. They just want to go do what they want to do. They want to keep on going and putting their things in women. And it's some women that is pissed and they get, hey, you can't be doing this and doing that. But then it's some women that mad that the man moved on and she feels some type of way. So it's a collective problem that we all must learn how to deal with and correct.
Videos upon video on the web.
And that's what I was talking about, because it seems that the women are getting blamed for everything, and nobody ever talks about the activists. They always put it on the women. Look how hard it was. Do you know it took an hour for us to get to what Smitty just said? Do you know it took an hour to the point where my eyes are heavy? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even ate yet. And I'm just like, the fact that it took over an hour to get y'all to say, you know what I'm saying? Like the truth, which means every time one of y'all spoke, with the exception of Vine, you was getting there and then you went to the left. You know what I'm saying? But it always come back to the women. It's like, where are these absent fathers? Where are the fathers that teach them that? And by the time they get to us, they are dealing, and we have to deal with it.
No, but I never blamed the woman. At one time you asked that question, first of all, I only got the answer twice. I've never blamed a woman because that's not how. First of all, that's not how I am, and that's not how what God put me in to do that. I always look at it objectively and collectively. It's just not the man, and it's just not the woman. Now we could go into different scenarios. You just said that it's the woman, but that's a society issue. The society, right, does that. I can agree with you. Blames the woman because you know why? Because the child is with the woman, and then as CBN say, the court gives the child to the woman instead of saying, you know what, this child could be better off with the man, or it could be better off with the woman. But the way the society is, and it's not a personal, it's a society, and it automatically gives the child to the woman.
That's the agenda. And y'all
could I ask you a question?
The agenda is the
not a question. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I got a little bit of a delay. You got it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The agenda is to separate us. See, this is why I be thinking about that. The agenda is for us not to be together. So when we give excuses for people to leave, you get what I'm saying? And it's the court and it's this, it's that. You just play into the agenda. You get what I'm saying? You just help them separate us. Anytime I hear a man say that the court won't let me see my child, I immediately lose respect. You get what I'm saying?
I get it. I get
it. Like, that's your blood.
But I agree with you on that one because
I see men sneak in the house when it was time when you couldn't stay with the woman because of the housing. I've seen men and witnessed men and known men that stuck in the house climbing through the window because they wanted to spend time with their kids. They wanted to stay.
Vaughn, to your point, yes, that did happen, but they stopped doing that. Later on, I think it was like late 80s, early 90s, they stopped. Certain states kept it up, but a lot of states dropped that men out of the household thing. Mm-hmm. I did want to add something to what you guys were saying, especially about the perspective I wanted to kind of throw back in was, I don't think we know how to have fun with each other anymore. I don't think we know how to just enjoy each other. And maybe some would think, oh, you live in La La Land, Chocolate. Well, I'll stay there. Because let me tell you something. It's a lot nicer than all these fucking rules and regulations. I just want to be. If I'm going to be in a relationship, you all right, I'm all right, we're going to make it work. But it's like all of this, we compound all of this stuff on, and we're not even in a relationship yet. There's no time where we just relax and just be who you are. I've been listening to you gentlemen talk about how, it's a game. You got to do this, only certain type of this and that. Yes, true enough. Those who want to play that game. But there is a portion of people, women and men both, we don't want to do that. I'm going to tell you, my goal is to be a great businesswoman. If I meet somebody along the way, I'm cool with that. And when I get ready to retire on my yacht and me and my boo-boo just having fun, and that's the end of it. I want to enjoy my life. And I think we don't even talk about that anymore. We don't talk about just...
I'm glad you said
that. Fucking being. Life is too short and we spend, Jesus. I'm going to tell you, that's exactly why I'm single. Every guy I met want to come with them fucking rules and regulations. Why can't you just be who you are and let me be who I am, and we mesh in the middle? We make our compromises. We find out about each other. You've already painted me in one way. It's exhausting. That's why I'm single.
Chuck, you know what that happened? There was a joke last year. We talk about dating, right? And I said that one part of dating have been very essential. People overlooked it. The coffee date, where we can sit and have a cup of coffee, have that type of conversation. Mm-hmm. But throughout last year, what it was, I ain't doing no coffee date. I ain't going to no.
CBN, check this out. And I apologize to cut you off, but I'm gonna tell you something. I was on a panel out here. It was majority women, and I told them, yeah, I've taken men out on dates. I paid for his meal and my meal. I wanted to go out with him. But hold on, sir. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he's a human being. He likes to eat too. So what? Because I pay for someone's meal, or I say, hey, CBN, you want to go get something to eat? You want to go get a coffee? I'm wrong. That it wasn't. Yeah.
But chocolate, you just did something. You just made a circular argument. You just said that a man who comes with rules and regulations, why can't we be just what we are? But that's who that man is. That's who.
Well, wait a minute, stop. No, Von, that's not. Hold on, you're misinterpreting. Hold on, you are but you're taking. That's not what I'm saying, Von. That's not what I'm saying. Listen to me. It is not a circular argument. What I'm saying is, hold on. I apologize. Go ahead, you guys.
You gotta let him finish.
When you said as far as that's let us be who we are, that could be him. If a man that has rules and regulation, that's not the man for you, because that's who he is. He's a man that has rules and regulation. That's the type of lifestyle that he is. So if you see that is not the man for you, because you're the type of person that just like to just chill or like to be, who you are without those rules and regulations. That's what I'm saying.
Look, y'all.
Again, I'm sorry. Go ahead. So.
Look, y'all. It's late. All right.
Yeah, but this is great.
This is great. We gave you a lot of our time. I'm gonna answer Evolution's question, right? Who's to blame? Whether it's the mother, father. I think when you bring a child into this world, it's both parents' responsibility to take care of that child. The child does not know what's going on. It's a child, right? It's a baby. So when you bring that child into this world, now the parents and those who are older need to take precedence over that child. You know what I'm saying? I think anytime anybody sits there and tries to blame women or tries to blame men, it's not one person, it's a collective. Because you both laid down and you made that child. You know what I'm saying? And that's really the big thing about it. And now the child is here. Definitely, Smitty, we got you, bro. Much love. You know what I mean? We know you had a phone call. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, the child is the one that's innocent and that's suffering by people who don't want to take responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just tell men to have deep discipline. You can't just tell women to keep their legs closed. It's way bigger than that. But we're not having a discussion to tell people on really how to move out here when they're hooking up or interacting with people. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody sitting them down and saying, hey, you just turned this age. I know your hormones is this, and now you got freedom, or you out of school, you just turned 18 or whatever. Now you out here in the big world. This is how you need to move. You know what I mean? You know, back in the days, the older women would sit the younger women down. You know what I mean? Once they got of age and they was out here and they was able to go out in the world, do what they want to do. Hey, look, bring your extra pair of underwear, get your little maxi pads, whatever they showed y'all to do. They showed you how to clean up and all that, and you learned how to do it, and it was what it was. CB Hender's all good. I know you're laughing at that, but it is what it is. With men, we was taught different things.
It sounds funny.
With men, we was taught different things. Hey, man, you got to know. Listen, if you're gonna meet with a chick, make sure you have protection. You know what I'm saying? If you don't got protection, ain't nothing go down.
They have men's birth control coming out, so just wanted to add that in here too.
Know how to use protection.
Oh wow!
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My OGs taught me how to use protection. They taught me the importance of protection and how to use it. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't have no illegitimate children at all. Right? That's why I don't have no diseases at all.
I'll quote you what court. If you want to do it, you might well be married. Ain't no shacking up here. Because over there, if you get a girl pregnant, that's what it happens. If you see a bunch of men get on the truck with their cutlass, zoomed out, and left them an hour later, they drag the boy back, do the shotgun wedding. You kick it, you knock her up, you gonna marry him. They're not playing that game.
That's a fact.
That's the thing.
But see,
that's missing here. You don't have it no more.
But see, CBN, this is the thing, and I'm gonna close it here, right? This is the thing. And yes, it would be nice if people could just wait to marriage and get married and build a family. That would be ideal, right? I would actually like that. That would be cool. But we know we don't live in a society that's like that automatically, right? We don't live in like a Saudi Arabia or something like that where the marriages are controlled or whatever. And you know what I mean? People, you know, the older heads pick out the spouses for the women and all that. We don't do none of that out here.
I know.
Right?
I know. Today's society,
it's free game,
your mom won't want to sleep with you.
Yeah, it's a free game out here. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's free game out here. We gotta teach the kids like, yo, I want you to do this. I want you to do it this way. I would love for you to get married and find somebody that you can spend the rest of your life with. Because y'all got so much freedom, you're probably gonna just do what you want. So if you're gonna do what you want and you're gonna just kind of figure it out on your own, hey, look, let me teach you the game then. Let me teach you what to do. All right. So you're not out here looking crazy. All right. And you're not 25 on your 8th kid. I don't want this. Okay.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of times the conversations are not happening. So our young people are ending up behind the 8 ball. You know what I mean? Because of lack of knowledge. You know what I mean?
And
so,
yes,
and that's
say it
that's
again.
Why they fail. You know what I'm saying? So listen, man, overall, we gotta start protecting our kids. Because that's who's really suffering. Yeah. You know what I mean? We're not protecting the kids. You know what I mean? We're so focused on everything else. And after this, I'm gonna close. I'm gonna drop the outro. We out of here. You know what I mean? We gotta protect our kids. You know what I mean? If we're not gonna protect our kids and we're not gonna make sure that they're taken care of, then we can't get mad at what they're doing in the streets. All right? They going crazy in the streets. If you go shopping in a mall, you can have about 20 teenagers run up in that mall and they tearing the mall apart.
Yeah.
They ripping clothes up. They stealing the phones. They going berserk.
It got worse out here in Brooklyn. You can't be under 18 to go to the mall no more in downtown Brooklyn. You gotta come with your parents.
I know that you guys are about to close, but I did just want to clarify what I was saying, and I did not want Von Erich for us to leave and him not understand where I was coming from.
I understand you.
Of course, he's not the man for me. I would never stay with someone where him and I don't mesh. Strictly what I was talking about is us just enjoying each other. We don't do that. The rules and regulations I'm talking about is all these games and all you got to do this and you got to be this. Let the person find out who they are first before. Do you know yourself that well that you could come in and tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing in my life? And like I said, even if it's not the man for me, there are other women who date men who are like this. And we're taught that that's okay. But sometimes leading doesn't mean you have to browbeat somebody. But my whole thing is, and then I'm done, is that, yes, there should be an element of conversation. Where's the joy? Where's the excitement? Where's the adventure? And I'm not talking about you got to go on some trip or the cruise. I'm just saying I want to be excited when I come home. And I know this man that loves me and care about me is waiting for me just as I would want him to feel that way. That's what I meant.
Earlier. Well, I was trying to say earlier.
I even see what
the citizens will chase you out of the club.
Hold up, CPI. I even see what you meant, but it's still the same. Let's take the relationship out. Let's take the relationship out of it. A person or who they are, being man or woman, if they are a regular rules and regulations, that's who they are. If a person,
but I'm not.
Hold up. Let me finish. If a person, no matter what a person is in their life, if that's who they are, I can be around them. I can do anything I can still be myself and be laid back and still be around a person that is rules and regulations. It doesn't matter what relationship. I am talking about a person, a human being.
But I wasn't. And that's what I'm saying, Von. You cut into something I was saying, and you're talking about a totally different argument than I am. It is not a circular conversation because you're talking about a separate situation. Of course, with being unsaid, no, you don't want to be with someone. When I talk about rules and regulations, I was going off of all this stuff y'all was saying tonight.
No,
that's what I call rules and regulations when you come in and try to police the relationship. That's what I mean, Von. Of course, be who you are. That's all. I got you.
Okay.
All right, so let me close this out. Y'all close this out.
That's why.
I'm going to go get me some dinner and I'm chilling out. All right.
You've been eating all night. You've been eating all night and sleeping all night. Then you gonna talk about, hey, you've been eating all night.
Yo, I was watching the Lakers game.
Hold on.
That's what I was doing.
Hold on. I admit the best eating and Evolution is starving.
I am hungry. I'm just gonna be honest.
I don't get it. I eating the whole time, and she's starving.
Evolution don't be starving. Please don't think she's starving.
I'm starving. I had breakfast this morning.
I'm a funny instigator, but what Chocolate was saying is not.
But we came to a solution. I don't know if y'all realized
I agree with what Chocolate is saying, but what the thing is, what she like to do, the sister who will chastise her, think something's wrong with her. And I heard on the other panel, like, you buy him a drink, you're not supposed to do that. Oh, no. It's a rude.
Yeah.
I was laughing.
I got it. Yep, I got the 8th degree.
Hold on.
We got it. We did it.
Listen, y'all. We will be back next week.
Yeah.
All right, and of course
I'm not coming back.
I like the conversation.
Come back, Vern.
I'll be doing more stuff. I'll be doing more stuff throughout the week for the channel. We all be doing more stuff throughout the week for the channel. Please check us out.
By next time. Don't let me come look for it.
All right, I will. Please.
Everybody was great. Everybody was mature. I enjoyed it.
He said they're strong. I'm sorry, CBN. My bad. Yeah, everybody was mature. Everybody chilled out.
I'm sorry.
Who I am.
I don't look
sorry,
for
Sister Evolution ain't get to eat yet. My fault, sis. I didn't even know you was hungry. My bad. No, I would have been closed this. But with that being said, y'all, listen. Have a good night, y'all. Please watch the pre-records. Please watch the lives, man. We got a lot of great stuff coming.
Good night, y'all.
Have a good night, y'all. We love y'all.
Love you all. Love you all.
That outro.
Deuces. Good night.
What's the outro? Matter of fact, I'm gonna preview my new outro real quick for y'all. All right? Let me preview my new outro. Let's get it.
Yeah. Okay. This is just for you. I wanna hear the truth. We all got the blues. Tell me in bad news. It's okay if you wanna get it off your chest today. We all got the blues. Yeah. Okay.